All right, let's get right into it. Think about how much of our energy we spend looking for approval, right? Just looking for some sign from the outside world that we're on the right track, that we're doing a good job. But what if the most powerful, the most stable form of validation doesn't come from anyone else at all, but from inside ourselves? Today, we're going to explore this exact idea, the sovereignty of inner validation.
This one hits home, doesn't it? You know that feeling. You finish a huge project, you help somebody out, you go that extra mile, and then you just wait. You're waiting for that acknowledgement, for that little pat on the back. It's a feeling we all know, but it puts our own sense of accomplishment entirely in someone else's hands.
And this whole waiting game is what we can call the thank you trap. It sounds kind of harmless, but it's this really draining pattern that honestly a lot of us are caught in without even realizing it. So let's break down what's actually going on here.
Now, check out the phrasing here, outsourcing our peace. Just let that sink in for a minute. It's like how a company might outsource a department. We are taking a core piece of our own emotional state, our peace of mind, our feeling of a job well done, and we're just handing it over to somebody else to manage for us.
So here's the official definition of what we're talking about. It's when your own feeling of success is completely tied to whether or not someone else says great job or thank you. Your self-worth basically becomes this currency that you don't even control. You're just always waiting for someone else to put it in your account.
So, that leads to the big question, right? Why is this a trap? I mean, getting a thank you feels good, so what's the problem? Well, the problem isn't the thank you itself. The trap is our dependency on it. And that dependence, it comes at a really high cost.
And this dependency brings us to our next big point, the high cost of approval. See, when we're constantly looking outside of ourselves for that validation, we're paying this hidden, but very real, emotional and mental tax. And this isn't just some small thing. It actually has a huge effect on our well-being.
And this right here is the ultimate price we pay, psychological exhaustion. It's that deep-down fatigue that comes from constantly monitoring other people's reactions, trying to tweak your actions just to get a certain response, and the anxiety of never knowing if you're actually going to get the approval you're looking for. It is just so tiring.
And just look at this comparison. It's night and day, right? On the left, you've got that roller coaster of external validation. It's totally unstable because people are unpredictable. It makes you dependent, always waiting, and like we just said, it's incredibly draining. But then, look at the other side. Practicing inner validation is peaceful, it's centered, and ultimately, it's sovereign. You're the one in control.
So this brings us to the solution, the good part. The antidote to outsourcing your peace is to cultivate what the Source calls the sovereignty of self. This is all about taking back control. It's about becoming the main authority on your own worth and your own effort.
So what is it really? Well, inner sovereignty is where true, unshakable peace actually begins. It's not about being arrogant or ignoring what people think. It's about building an internal foundation that's so strong that while external praise is nice, it's no longer necessary for you to feel good about yourself. Your validation is generated in-house.
Okay, so how do we actually get there? It really breaks down into 3 key steps. First, you just have to acknowledge the pattern. That's it. Start to notice when you're seeking that validation. Second, define your own standard. Before you even start a task, you decide what a good job looks like on your own terms. And third, be your own audience. Make yourself the primary person that you're trying to satisfy with what you do.
You know, when you really think about it, this whole process is about recalibrating your inner compass. It's about learning to navigate using your own internal sense of direction and worth instead of constantly looking around for landmarks and road signs from other people. And this is the main takeaway. Let this one really sink in for a second. True peace and validation start when you stop outsourcing your needs to the world. All that energy you spend seeking and waiting and worrying about what other people think, you can redirect all of it inward to build a source of peace that nobody can ever take away from you. It's a fundamental shift in where you get your power from.
So, as we wrap this up, I'm just going to leave you with this question to think about. A boss, a parent, a partner, a friend, maybe even strangers on the internet. Whose validation are you still chasing, and what would it feel like to finally, truly let it go?